The alchemist's teacher spoke of many things. Things about how dreams could shift depending on which foot you led with when stepping over a threshold, of how each herb carried its own energy, of how silence could amplify the intent of a spell. And while these teachings were important, they were merely lessons about practice. But there was something else, too. Something his teacher never shared during their lessons, but that he discovered alone in the vast library they shared. And it went a little something like this. When you seek stillness, child, do not chase it down. It is a butterfly. If you chase it, it will flit out of reach. Instead, bring it a field of wildflowers, water from a moonlit stream, the song of a thrush. Invite it in, and it will come to you. You only have to sit still. Sit very still. He took those words to heart, and when he felt himself growing frustrated or anxious, when he could not find the calm he so desperately needed to balance his spells, he would remember this. Do not chase it. Invite it in, and it will come to you. You only have to sit still. It was years before he found the courage to share them with you. Years spent refining his craft, searching for a way to share the solace he finally found. And so he poured everything into his work, experimenting, adding, discarding, testing, blending, until finally, just as he reached the end of his days, he believed he had done it. He had found a way to share his peace. You cannot make someone sleep, he learned, but you can offer them a moment of respite, a place of quiet, a grounding of the senses, a place where they can feel held, contained, where they can shed the weight of the world and simply exist for a few stolen moments. And here you are now, brought to this tower by unseen hands, guided by fates you cannot know. The world outside fades, unimportant. You are safe, you are warm, and you are ready, he says, to journey. Let go. Sheer your limbs feel suddenly heavy, welcoming the pull of gravity. You are sinking into the mattress, into the pillows, melting into the bedsheet, letting go of tension, of stress, of every clenched muscle, every furrow of worry, every creased brow, every narrowed eye, releasing them all, relaxing, becoming fluid, turning inward. Your heartbeat echoes in your ears, a steady drum, primal and comforting. Your breath slows, your chest rises and falls, guiding you deeper into the heart of the earth, into the core of yourself. And the alchemist, he invites you in, not with a shout, but with a whisper, like the rustle of dry leaves underfoot, like the murmur of a hidden stream, like the sigh of the wind through high trees. He beckons you to the center of his world, to the place where he goes when the shadows grow long and the sun dips below the horizon, where the chill of night creeps up and wraps around him like a shroud, where worries seem to coil and tighten like winter vines, where fears take shape and stalk the edges of his vision. He leads you to the place he has called home for so long, sharing its peace with anyone who finds this tower, anyone who needs a moment of stillness, anyone who is tired of chasing the elusive idea of rest. Let go, he murmurs, and the world around you melts away, leaving only you, only the fire, only the scent of old paper and wood smoke, only the hum of peace. Let go and become part of the stillness. Let go and be held by the silence. Let go and rest easy. The air grows cooler now, the light softer, the wind whispers, tales of slumbering forests and hushed meadows. The fire dwindles, casting flickering shadows that dance across the walls like sleepy spirits. Your eyelids grow heavy, your muscles loose and warm, your breath a steady tide, ebbing and flowing, pulling you deeper into the quiet embrace of the night. Outside, the wind sighs through the junipers, a lullaby for wandering souls. Somewhere, an owl calls, its voice echoing the solitude and majesty of the night. The silence deepens, broken only by the ticking of the clock. Each tick a soft reminder that time is on your side, that you are safe within these four stone walls. You are not alone, not really, not when the fire holds your worries at bay and the scent of herbs fills your lungs, soothing your frayed nerves, quieting your restless mind. Let go, the alchemist whispers, and the firelight dances in your eyes. mirroring the play of shadows on his wrinkled face. Let go and find solace in the hush of twilight. Let go and let the darkness cradle you. Let go and drift away on a sea of tranquility. Your thoughts, once scattered leaves, now gather together, forming a peaceful constellation above the still waters of your mind. Memories drift by like clouds across the evening sky, soft and fleeting, yet somehow comforting in their transience. Your worries, once sharp and jagged, now fade into the dusky landscape like distant thunder. They are there, but their edges are blurred, their volume turned down, their hold on you loosen. You are lighter now, freer. Your breaths deepen, slowing, allowing your body to relax, to surrender to the gentle pull of gravity. Let go, the alchemist urges, his voice barely a murmur, like the rustling of leaves under a sleeping world. Let go and embrace the quiet symphony of the night. Let go and become one with the hushed stillness. Let go and allow peace to envelop you completely. Your muscles, once tense and tight, now loosen, releasing the grip of tension. Your limbs, once restless, now find stillness, mirroring the quietude that envelops the room. Your torso, a compass finding north, relaxes, allowing your spine to lengthen, your ribs to expand, your lungs to fill with the crisp night air, carrying the scent of dreams. Let go and welcome the embrace of slumber. The alchemist whispers, his eyes twinkling with the wisdom of ages. Let go and let the night weave its magic upon you. Let go and lose yourself in the labyrinth of sleep. Your consciousness drifts, carried on a wave of relaxation, ebbing away from the shores of wakefulness, floating towards the horizon of dreams. You are suspended now, caught in the liminal space between wakefulness and sleep, reality and reverie. As you cross the threshold into dream time, the boundaries blur, the familiar becomes strange, and the impossible possible. Your awareness softens, allowing the world around you to morph and shift, to twist and turn, to become something uniquely your own. In this realm of slumber, the laws of the waking world lose their hold. Time stretches and contracts, gravity takes a holiday, and logic surrenders its throne. You are free to explore the landscapes of your subconscious, to navigate the mazes of your memories, to traverse the terrains of your emotions, all within the sanctuary of sleep. You are not alone on this journey. The alchemist walks beside you, his presence a comforting constant in the shifting sands of your dreams. He guides you, protects you, and most importantly, believes in you, even when you doubt your own ability to navigate the complexities of your inner world. Together, you venture forth into the heart of your subconscious, where forgotten dreams and buried memories await, where fears and desires take form, and where the true nature of your being shines through. It is a perilous journey at times, fraught with challenges and riddled with uncertainties. Yet you press on, spurred by the alchemist's unwavering faith in your strength and resilience. And as you journey deeper into the labyrinth of your mind, you begin to understand that the real adventure lies not in the external world, but within the depths of your own soul. The skills you develop, the wisdom you gain, and the battles you overcome in this ethereal realm will serve as your armor, your guidance, and your solace when you return to the waking world. For the alchemist has taught you that the most fearsome dragons can often be slain with nothing but a well-aimed word and a steady heart, and that the greatest treasures are often found in the most unexpected of places. So keep going, dear traveler, into the unknown depths of your psyche, guided by the steady hand of the alchemist and the flickering light of your own inner flame. For in the tapestry of your dreams, you are the weaver, and the pattern of your destiny is being woven with each passing moment. For some, magic is a flash of lightning, a crack of thunder, the sudden appearance of something never seen before. For others, magic is a whisper, a gentle word spoken under a fading sky, an herb steeped in warm water, the change that comes when you take the time to really sit with yourself. Magic is how you choose to see it, how you choose to feel it. Welcome back to the Hermit's Hut, We hope you had a wonderful week. If you didn't, if it was difficult, or tiring, or sad, we hope this video helps bring you some comfort. Whether life is hard or easy, whether it feels magical or mundane, we're here for you. As always, when you think of magic, what do you see? Loud noises and bright lights, or quiet moments and shifting shadows? It doesn't matter which, because both are true, both are magic. Now, let's see what's caught our eye this week. Candlelight. Flickers, casting dancing shadows on the walls. A quiet evening, the perfect time for a comforting book and a warming drink. We found these beautiful plant candles online. They're handmade, which means each one is unique and smells subtly different. They also come in many designs. Most importantly though, they're carefully and ethically sourced. No paraffin wax or lead wicks here. They burn cleanly and completely. Once the plant is finished, you can keep the pot and fill it with something else. And don't worry, the wick is replaceable as well. We love the idea and the subtle beauty of these. There's something about the shape of the plants that seems almost nostalgic. Also, have you ever tried soy wax candles? They're not only clean burning, but also last much longer than paraffin candles. Making potions isn't just for witches and wizards. Anyone can make a potion, anyone can use a potion, and anyone can enjoy a potion. We love the look of these mini bottles from a Korean brand called Byredo. Each has a different color and scent. They're said to help improve focus and inspire creativity. However you use them, you're sure to feel the magic inside. If you're feeling stressed or anxious, pour yourself a cup of calm. Well, maybe not this exact blend, since it's mostly for show, but a cup of herbal tea will certainly help. Chamomile, lavender, lemon balm, hibiscus, valerian root. Each of these herbs has calming properties. They help relax the mind and body. The best part is the variety. Try fruity drinks like hibiscus calm/earthy concoctions like valerian root, or floral blends like chamomile and lavender. There's even minty tea, which is great if you're trying to meditate. Remember, the most important thing is what you feel comfortable with. Some prefer coffee, others like whiskey neat. Whatever relaxes you is the perfect potion for you. What's better than a single glowing orb? 3 glowing orbs. Of course, these solar lights would be lovely in a garden or on a shelf. They're hand-blown, meaning no two are exactly alike. But that's not the only reason we like them. Each is powered by the sun. During the day, they gather energy, and at night, they release it, bathing the area around them in a soft glow. Mysteries surround us. All you have to do is stop and look. Lately, we've been fascinated with crystals, their colors, their shapes, and most of all, their formations. Have you ever wondered how a geode forms? First, water seeps into cracks in the rock. Minerals carried by the water begin to crystallize. Over time, layers build up, forming beautiful formations. Sometimes those layers contain other minerals, resulting in pockets of color inside. Eventually, erosion wears away the outer rock, leaving just the crystals. Some say they can heal or balance our chakras, but we think they're just beautiful reminders that nature never ceases to amaze. Crystals aren't the only fascinating formations. The weather creates strange and beautiful shapes. Take a walk along the coast, and you might find driftwood smoothed by waves, pebbles polished by the sea, and stones shaped by wind and rain. These natural sculptures are free for the taking. But if you're not artistic, they might just sit on your shelf, unnoticed. If you want to put these treasures to good use, try arranging them into This form of art involves creating symmetrical patterns using natural materials. The word mandala comes from Sanskrit and means circle or wheel. Mandalas have been used for centuries during meditation. They help the mind focus on the present. Creating a temporary mandala can be relaxing and rewarding. Plus, you can take it with you wherever you go. Just be careful when stepping on sharp stones. You wouldn't want to ruin your meditation over a scraped foot. How do you escape the stress of everyday life? We have our practices, but everyone is different. Some prefer music, while others seek solitude. Some practice yoga, while others pray. Whatever you do, it's sure to be peaceful and right for you. The goal isn't to find inner peace. The goal is to find whatever helps you find yours. And if that happens to be a cozy sweater and a steaming mug, then that's perfect too. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with a friend. And as always, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week. A man stands before you, draped in layers, weathered but whole. An ageless man, cradled by age. Weathered lines crease his tan face, a roadmap of life. Live deeply, his eyes deep set and twinkling with wisdom and mercy. The fire crackles softly, casting dancing shadows across his features and around us. The room is sparsely furnished, yet filled with an inexplicable sense of home, of welcome. In this sanctuary of flickering flames and gentle words, he offers you solace, a haven from the world's clamor. With a smile as warm as the crackling fire, he bids you sit, drawing you into his world of calming tales and tranquil tunes. And as you settle in, you can't help but wonder about the intricate workings of this magical space. Is it a mere abode, or a carefully crafted den of secrets? What makes this place so profoundly comforting? His voice, a rich baritone, booms with a soothing resonance that instantly relaxes your taut nerves. It wraps around you like a comforting blanket, enveloping you in warmth and safety. As he speaks, his hands dance, weaving tales of adventure and intrigue. His fingers flexed with an elegant confidence that hints at years of experience. Yet there's a tenderness in his touch, a gentleness that belies his rugged exterior. As twilight deepens into night, he shares stories of mythical lands, of fantastical creatures, and of heroic quests. With each tale, his eyes gleam brighter, reflecting the dancing flames and the magic within his words. Yet amidst the adventure, there's a subtle undercurrent of tranquility. His tales are not just exciting escapades, but also profound meditations on life, courage, and the human spirit. You listen, enthralled. As the night deepens and the fire dwindles, with each passing moment, you feel yourself drawn into his enchanting narratives. The walls of the room seem to fade away and you find yourself transported to faraway lands, soaring through the skies on the back of a Gryffindor, exploring uncharted territories with intrepid explorers. As the embers glow softly, he suddenly shifts, his demeanor changing from storyteller to teacher. His voice, though still warm, takes on a deeper tone, resonating with authority. He speaks now of life's challenges, of the obstacles that test our mettle and the choices that define our journeys. His words are no longer just tales, but life lessons disguised as parables, anecdotes that impart wisdom and insight. With each story, he paints vivid pictures of characters, grappling with moral dilemmas, facing their fears and striving for greatness. Their triumphs and failures become your own, their joys echoing within you, their sorrows touching your heart. The night deepens, and with it his stories delve into matters of love, loss, and the complexities of human relationships. You hear tales of star-crossed lovers, of broken bonds, and of friendships forged in adversity. Through these stories, he explores the full spectrum of human emotion, reminding you of life's bittersweet nature and the importance of cherishing every moment. As the fire sputters, he shares tales of his own adventures, of his journeys to far-flung corners of the world, of his encounters with diverse cultures, and his experiences with the unknown. His stories transport you to bustling marketplaces in exotic lands, to serene landscapes that inspire awe, and to moments of personal growth that leave you feeling rejuvenated. But amidst the excitement, there's always a thread of introspection. He doesn't just tell you about the places he's been. He speaks to you about the impact these journeys have had on his perspective, his values, and his understanding of the world. The final embers glow softly as he brings his storytelling to a close. His voice, though quieter now, carries the weight of ages. He speaks of wisdom, of the search for truth, and the enduring power of the human spirit. His words resonate deep within you, stirring your soul and challenging you to reflect on your own journey. And then he stops. The silence that follows is not awkward, but comfortable, a companionable quiet that speaks volumes. Finally, he breaks the quiet, Why do you seek solace in my humble abode? His voice, though soft, cuts through the silence like a keen blade. You start realizing you've been holding your breath. Hi, you begin, your voice raspy from disuse. I sought shelter from the storm. He nods, his gaze unwavering. And what did you find here? His eyes pierce through you, seeing not your facade, but the depths of your being. For a moment, you're speechless. What indeed have you found here in this sanctuary of flickering flames and whispered tales? You think of the warmth of the fire, the comfort of the chair, the solace of his presence, and the richness of his stories. You look back at the alchemist, his face etched with the wisdom of 1,000 tales. I've found, you begin, searching for the right words. A haven, a place where I could shed the weight of the world and just be. He remains silent for a moment, his gaze fixed on the dancing flames. When he speaks, his voice is a low rumble. A haven is a rare find, especially for one such as yourself, burdened by the weight of the world. Confused, you furrow your brows. What do you mean? His eyes meet yours, and in their depths, you see a universe of understanding. You carry the weight of many on your shoulders. They come to you seeking solace, guidance, or a listening ear. It dawns on you that he's been observing you, seeing things you've carefully hidden from the world. How did you know? You ask, surprised by the vulnerability in your voice. He shrugs, his expression softening. One can sense when someone carries a heavy burden, it's often reflected in their eyes or the set of their shoulders. You walk with your head bent, shielding yourself from the world. He pauses, letting his words sink in before continuing. But why do you do this? Why carry such heavy burdens for others? You look away, unable to meet his piercing gaze. Because I can. You whisper, the words catching in your throat. Because no one else can. He sighs, rising from his seat. That's a dangerous burden to bear alone. Sometimes we must learn to let go, to share the weight, and to lean on others. He walks over to the hearth, adjusting the logs to ensure the fire burns brighter. I understand that you want to help others, he says without turning around. But even the strongest oak needs support. Don't be afraid to reach out, to seek help, for even the wisest alchemists need guidance sometimes. His words echo in the small room, urging you to confront your own limitations. For the first time, you feel seen, understood, and a sliver of vulnerability creeps into your heart. He turns back, his gaze gentle. Tell me, what troubles your heart tonight? What burdens weigh heavy on your soul? With trembling lips, you confess the anxieties that have been eating away at your peace. And as you speak, a wave of relief washes over you. Sharing your burdens feels like lifting a heavy cloak. He listens patiently, his presence a steady anchor in the storm of your emotions. When you finish, the silence stretches between you, punctuated only by the crackling fire. Finally, he says, "You're not alone in this. You know, many have walked similar paths, wrestled with similar demons, and emerged stronger on the other side. I've seen it countless times." He takes a step closer, his eyes shining with empathy. What you seek is within you already. The strength, the resilience, the peace you desire. It's buried beneath the weight of your worries and the fear of showing your vulnerability. His words strike a chord deep within you, resonating with the truth you've been denying. For a moment, you're lost in thought, contemplating his words. He continues, "Tonight, let go of those burdens. Surrender them to the fire. Let them become fuel for your growth rather than chains dragging you down." He extends a hand, his palm open, inviting you to trust him, to trust the process. Tentatively, you reach out and place your hand in his. His grip is firm, reassuring, and a sense of calm begins to spread through you. In the flickering light of the hearth, you see not just an old man, but a beacon of wisdom and strength. And as you stand there, hand in hand with this enigmatic alchemist, you feel the weight of your burdens begin to lift. The room, once a place of solitude, transforms into a sanctuary of healing and hope. And in the shared silence, you find the first steps towards your own transformation. You are ready to listen. I invite you to spend a night in an alchemist's tower. You have crossed a frozen lake. Now you stand before a crumbling stone keep. Ivy crawls up its battlements. Mist hangs heavy about the courtyard. The iron gate creaks inward at your touch. Within, a weathered fountain weeps 5 crystal tears down moss-covered sides. No wind disturbs the surface of the lake. No leaves stir in the skeletal trees. Around you, stillness gathers like a shroud. You hear the rush of your own blood and ears suddenly keen. A lone owl calls out, startled by your intrusion. Its echo hangs unanswered in the stillness. Before you, the archway framing the alchemist's tower beckons inward. The path ahead is lost to shadows. Above, a single candle flame flickers in a high window, a beacon in the gathering dark. What secrets wait in this silent place? What mysteries stir in the alchemist's shadowed tower? You step inside, leaving the dying daylight behind you. A hush falls, deepens. Inside the tower, the fire in the hearth downstairs sighs quietly to itself, and the flame upstairs in the observatory still dances, but slower now, drowsier, as if even the candle is falling asleep. The alchemist lies upon the velvet couch. His hands are folded over his chest. His breathing is steady, so steady, like an old song played on a reed flute at the edge of the forest. Not with your eyes, but from that quiet place behind your thoughts, where dreams begin to stir, where sleep first touches the rim of the waking mind. Outside the window, the moon reaches its highest point, the hour once known as the Watcher's Hour, a sacred moment for monks and scholars, when silence was believed to be closest to the divine. And that is what the alchemist teaches you now. Not with words, but with presence, the deep, ancient art of being somewhere in the distance. A night bird calls, a low, cooing sound, and another answers. 2 notes. That is all. But even those are softened by the wind. The stars begin to tilt again, gently, and a small bell chimes below. The water clock in the lower chamber. It is made of carved marble and glass, a medieval invention once used in monasteries to tell sacred hours in the dark. Each hour marked not by sound, but by the slow drip of water through time. 1 drop, 2, 3, and then the silence between them. You begin to notice the space between sounds now. Not the notes, but the rest, the pause, the lull, and the pause, the lull. It holds you like a cradle. You float, weightless. Time has no edges here, only soft curves, like ripples in a basin, like silk in a breeze. Below, the first light from the eastern horizon brushes the windows with a faint grey-blue. Not daybreak, not yet, just the breath before it. The alchemist stirs, but does not wake. He turns slightly, facing the soft glow. Even in sleep, his face is peaceful. The face of someone who has made peace with time, with mystery, with silence. You sense that it is time to descend the tower once more. Not because you must leave, but because there is more to feel, more to soften. Your feet do not touch the stairs. You float, weightless, as memory, downward through the winding staircase. The walls whisper around you, not in words, but in textures, in scents, in warmth. You pass the library again. Shelves sleeping under dust and shadow, scrolls dreaming in silence. And you continue, down to the first floor, where the hearth glows in its final embers, where the table still holds a single vial of lilac liquid, still, calm, unchanged. And there, near the fire, you see a second chair. It had always been there, but now it welcomes you. You sit. No need to speak. The room speaks for you. The crackle of the last ember, the creak of old wood, the scent of mugwort and rose. All these are your lullaby. The alchemist's cat. Yes, there had always been a cat. emerges from behind a woven curtain, soft, gray fur eyes, like slow blinking moons. It hops onto your lap without asking, and curls into a circle. You feel the vibration of its butt, a gentle, low rhythm, like the sound of your own heart in a deep dream. The cat begins to sleep. And so do you. Not all at once, but gradually. Like sunlight fading through stained glass, like warm tea cooling beside a book left open. And then, the tower itself begins to breathe with you. Every wall, every stone, exhales slowly. The alchemist may be asleep, but his work continues. For his real alchemy was never in potions, or stars, or scrolls. It was in stillness, in making silence feel safe again. And now, that silence is yours. You carry it like a soft bundle, tucked somewhere, just behind your breath. A place you can return to, anytime, any night. You need only close your eyes, and remember the tower, the candle, the scrolls, the wind, the whisper, and the alchemist, still dreaming beneath the stars, still humming, even now. Drift, deeper still, let it all fall away. Sleep is not coming, it is already here. In this moment, you have stepped into the hushed embrace of twilight, leaving the clamor of the day behind. The world outside this tower is fading into silence. Distant noises soften and recede into the gathering dusk. You are enveloped by a tranquility that echoes the stillness within your own soul. Yet the quiet is not empty. Oh, here in the twilight sanctuary, every rustle, every sigh takes on a new significance. The wind becomes a storyteller, weaving tales through the rustling leaves. The murmuring of a nearby stream transforms into the murmur of ancient wisdom. Even the chirping of crickets is a harmonious addition to this symphony of stillness. As the sun dips below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of amethyst and rose, you find yourself surrendering to the peace that permeates this place. The weight of the day's worries seems to lift, carried away on the wings of the evening breeze. You are held by the comforting quiet, cradled by the soft symphony of twilight. And within this symphony, your senses awaken anew. The scent of blooming jasmine fills your nostrils. Each inhale a journey into tranquility. The gentle caress of the evening air on your skin brings a soothing coolness that calms your heated spirit. Colors take on a richer depth. The emerald green of the surrounding foliage, the sapphire blue of the darkening sky, all intensified in the soft fading light. But it is the absence of sound that truly sets this moment apart. There is no jarring discord here, no clashing of discordant notes, only the harmonious melody of nature's evening hymn. In this sanctuary of sound, you discover a clarity of thought, a sharpness of focus that eludes you in the bustling day. Ideas come to you fully formed, insights dawn, decisions become clear, and as the first stars begin to prick the darkening canvas above, you feel a profound sense of connection, connected to this place, to the natural world unfolding around you, and most importantly, connected to yourself. This time of solitude becomes a time of communion, a dialogue between your inner self and the enveloping twilight. So let this be your sanctuary, your retreat, your haven in the storm. May the quietude of twilight wrap around you, soothing your afraid nerves, calming your restless mind. For in the stillness, you will find strength. In the silence, you will find wisdom. In the quiet, you will find yourself. And in this timeless expanse of twilight, you might catch a glimpse of something greater, something eternal, something that whispers to the deepest recesses of your soul, reminding you of the beauty, the mystery, and the magic that reside in the grand symphony of existence. Time, now, has no meaning. The air inside the alchemist's tower has thickened, not with heaviness, but with the softness of dreams, the warmth of quiet, the tenderness of a hush that asks for nothing and gives everything. The great cat on your lap breathes so softly, you begin to match her rhythm. A rise, a fall, a pause, another rise and fall. And the longer you sit, the more you notice how stillness is not empty. It is full of memories, full of forgotten comforts, full of the self. Before worry came, the alchemists roomed this small circle of stone and books and glasses, a container, not for spells, but for space, a sacred, gentle space where nothing needs fixing, nothing needs earning. You are enough, exactly as you are. The fire in the hearth has nearly gone out now. All that remains is a glowing ember, like a single, sleeping eye. It makes no sound, but it glows, just enough to hold back the dark. You let your eyes wander slowly to the shelf nearest you, not reading, just observing. There are small clay jars labeled in ink, so faded, it looks like breath. Words like quiet thorn, starroot, ash of moonless, herbs and flowers, many of which you have never heard of, but your body recognizes them. Somewhere in your chest, you know their purpose. They are not for waking. They are for softening. They are for letting go. A small wooden box sits beside them, unmarked. You feel drawn to it not out of curiosity, but something gentler. Something like welcome that you lift the lid. Inside, there is a bundle of old parchment, tied with a blue silk ribbon, and resting on top of it, a tiny stone, smooth and warm, carved with a spiral. You pick it up, and it hums faintly in your hand. Not with sound, but with feeling. The alchemist must have carved it long ago, perhaps even as a child. The spiraling, ancient symbol of inward journey, of sleep, of soul has been etched with care. You close your hand around the stone, and something settles inside you, like dust in sunlight, like snow on moss. You place it back gently, as if placing a secret back in the earth. You do not need to hold on to it. Its work is already done. And then, as if summoned by your silence, the wind begins to rise again, just slightly, whispering through the cracks in the stone, dancing along the floor like mist. It carries the scent of something sweet now, not sharp, not strong, just barely there. Honey and heather, the scent of fields at dusk, of warm bread cooling on a windowsill, of childhood dreams left open beneath a star. And then, you hear it, faint footsteps, soft, slow, not hurrying, the kind that only walk in dreams. The alchemist is returning. Or perhaps, he never left. He steps into the room quietly, his robe trailing behind him like dusk itself. His eyes meet yours, though he does not speak. He only smiles, the kind of smile that says, you found it, you remembered, you are home. He kneels beside the hearth and adds one small piece of wood. The flame accepts it with a gentle sigh, and the ember blooms again, just a little. You watch the flames flicker, but your eyes begin to blur, not with tears, but with sleep. A velvet fog settles across your thoughts, not heavy, not clouded, just slow, like dusk brushing the tops of tall grass. The alchemist moves to his table once more, begins to grind something in a small stone bowl. The sound is soft, rhythmic, a mortar and pestle, ancient tools, soothing tools. The herbs release their scent with each turn of the hand. Linden flower, chamomile, elder blossom. He places a pinch into a clay cup, pours water from the kettle, still warm from the fire, and lets it steep. The steam rises in elegant spirals, just like the one carved into the stone you held. You watch the steam rise, higher, then vanish. That is how dreams come too. You think, rising, floating, then fading into something deeper. The alchemist carries the cup to you. You feel the warmth of it before your fingers touch the clay. You lift it gently and sip at it. It's sweet, earthy, not like anything you have tasted before. It tastes like peace. And as the warmth moves through you, you feel the tower breathe again. Stone sighing, air slowing, time pausing. The alchemist sits across from you now, his hands resting on his knees. He says nothing. He does not need to. For this quiet, shared silence is the real potion that you are already under its spell. The tea cradled in your hands is warm, but not too warm. Just enough to melt the last of the day's weight from your fingers, from your wrists, from your shoulders. You take another sip, and the world fades further. The flavor settles into your body like roots into soil. Soft, anchoring, safe. It wraps gently around your breath, whispering with every inhale. You are home now. You are safe. You can rest. The alchemist watches with kind eyes that do not demand or question. They only see, and they welcome. He leans back slightly, arms resting on the thick oak arms of his chair. The robe around him is old, but soft, worn down by time and care. Its edges are frayed, not from neglect, but from use, like the pages of a well-loved book, or a lullaby sung too many times to count. Behind him, a gentle rattle from the herbs above, bundles swaying from beams, dried sprigs of sage, rosemary, lavender, knotted with twine and dreams. You watch the way they move, not hurried, not afraid, just swaying in the breath of the tower, like they remember something you once forgot, but now feel again. The alchemist speaks, softly, barely above the hum of your own breath. In the oldest times, he says, before the stars had names, and sleep was still considered sacred, there were those who believed that the night itself was a living thing, not dark, not empty, but alive, a gentle keeper of memories too soft for daylight. He pauses, and you feel the words drift into you, not heavy, but warm, like a shawl placed around your shoulders by loving hands. These people, he continues, would sit beside their hearths with cups of herbs and quiet hearts. They believed that when you welcomed the night would sing to you. He closes his eyes, and for a moment, so do you. The silence between you deepens, but it is not awkward. It is full of understanding, of story without speech, of connection without effort. The candle beside you flickers, not wildly, just enough to make the shadows dance. You trace the shape of the flame with your eyes, its point, its curve, the glowing base dot, and slowly, as if drawn by gravity, your gaze softens. Your eyelids grow heavy, not forced, not fast, but gently, like petals folding for the night. The alchemist rises, his movements slow as moonlight. He gathers your cup, carries it to a basin of stone, rinses it with water so clear you can hear it sigh as it leaves the spout. Then he returns, and without speaking, lays a hand upon your shoulder. Just for a moment, a soft press of warmth, saying, "You are welcome here. Always." He moves to the far side of the room now, where a great chest rests beneath a tall, arched window. The moonlight touches its lid, and as he lifts it open, you see fabrics inside, folded linens, soft pelts, a blanket the color of old clouds. He takes one from the top, shakes it once, and it billows gently like a breath. Then he crosses to the chair where you sit and drapes it around your shoulders. The weight is perfect, not heavy, but enough, just enough to remind your body that it can release everything now, that it is time to let go. He places a pillow behind your back, a small one, filled with dried herbs and feather. It carries the scent of elderflower and something else, something sweeter. Sleep. The chair, once firm, feels softer now, more welcoming, as if it has been waiting for this moment. You sink slightly deeper, your breath slower still, eyes soft and closed. The alchemist walks to the center of the room again. He draws a small circle on the floor with chalk, a circle made of ancient symbols, not spells, but blessings, one for silence, one for comfort, one for safety. And at the very center, a spiral, the same spiral carved into the stone you once held, the same spiral you feel in your chest, slowly turning, like a music box just winding down. He lights 3 candles, one to the north, one to the south, one just beside your chair. He speaks again, but the words are old, older than language. Soft syllables, more breath than sound. You do not understand them with your mind, but your body listens, and it answers, with stillness, with ease, with release. Your hands relax, your jaw softens, your shoulders melt downward, like wax warmed by the flame. And then, the alchemist places something on your lap, a small bundle, wrapped in soft cloth. Inside, a sachet of herbs, tied with golden thread. It pulses faintly with warmth. For your dreams, he says, only the kind whispered. And as he steps away, you feel the first edge of sleep catch you. Not like falling, more like being carried gently, lovingly, like being placed upon a bed made of clouds and old lullabies. Your breath is deep now, even silent, and the room slips away, but not entirely, for the alchemist is still here, still watching, still guarding, and in this tower of stone and silence, you are wrapped in the deepest sleep. The candle beside you flickers once more, not from wind, but from stillness itself, a hush so deep it seems to bend the very light. You are no longer sitting, you are floating, held by the chair, by the blanket, by the very air. You feel light, lighter than a feather caught in a moonbeam. The sachet of herbs in your lap is warm, but the warmth is not just from the alchemist's hands. It is ancient, stored from countless dreams. It is comforted before you. Lavender, elder, rose hips, and a pinch of something unnameable, something meant only for you. Outside, the forest sleeps. The trees no longer sway. The stars have blinked into a perfect stillness. Even the wind pauses to listen. You are deep inside the tower now, not just within its walls, but within its memory. You are part of it, its silence, its breath, its rest. The alchemist moves only once more. He walks to the window and gently closes the shutters. Not tightly, just enough. The moonlight narrows, becoming a ribbon of silver across a stone floor, like a path in a dream, like a thread to follow when you are ready to return. But not yet, not now. He returns to his chair and sits with you again, across from you, quiet, present, whole. He places a tiny hourglass upon the table, one made not of sand, but of ash and pearl dust. And as the grains fall, you hear them, each one a heartbeat, a whisper, a low. He says nothing, but his silence speaks. You do not have to hold anything now. You can set it all down. You can drift, and you do. Thoughts still pass through, but they no longer cling. They move like clouds across a night sky, slow, soft, gone. You do not resist. You do not guide. You only drift. Somewhere below, the old water clock sighs. Drip, drip, drip. Each drop, a deeper descent, and you go with it, not falling, but surrendering. The herbs begin to work their quiet magic now, not with spells, but with memory. Your body remembers this softness, this calm, this weightless peace that it has been here before, in dreams, in lullabies, in ancient places where language was not needed, and stillness was sacred. The alchemist reaches behind him and removes a scroll, not to read, but to hold, as if the words themselves are asleep and must be cradled with care. He places it on the floor between you, and then gently traces a symbol in the dust with one fingertip. A spiral. Again, the spiral. Inward, deeper, still. Everything moves toward rest, he murmurs. Even the stars. You feel that. As true as breath, as sure as sleep. His voice fades, not because he stops speaking, but because you are slipping beneath the surface of thought, into the warm, velvet deep. There is no edge, no threshold, only layers, each one softer than the last. The room becomes weightless. Or perhaps it is you. Your limbs have become quiet shadows. Your thoughts, mist. You are floating in a world made only of warmth and hush. You are wrapped in the tower's breath, in the alchemist's stillness, in your own sacred quiet. A sound like distant bells rises from somewhere deep, soft, stretched, as though heard underwater. It is not a call. It is a reminder. You are safe. You are seen. You are allowed to rest. The alchemist leans forward and gently places a single finger over the flame of the candle beside you. The flame flickers once, then bows, then fades. Darkness, but not fear. The kind of darkness you remember from the womb of the world, where nothing is lost, where everything dreams. He places a blanket over your legs, tucks it beneath your feet, and he Hums. Not a song, just a note, long, low, ancient. It enters your skin, your bones, your breath, and you follow that note as though it is a river, taking you somewhere old, somewhere safe, somewhere still, and there, in that gentle drift, you fall, not down, not away, but inward, into the center of sleep, into the spiral. And the alchemist whispers once more, "Sleep, dear soul. You are not alone. You are inside the hush now. You are the hush. The hush wraps around you now, fully, like the final curl of fog before morning, like the last sigh of a lullaby before the voice falls quiet. You are no longer awake, but you are not entirely asleep. You are floating in between, the place of velvet thoughts, of unspoken comforts, of memory before it is born. The alchemist watches, but he does not disturb. He honors the space you are in, the sacred cocoon between waking and dream, where all things soften and nothing demands. His hands rest gently on his knees, fingers curled like petals. His breathing is slow, matched now to yours, as if your hearts are in quiet rhythm, as if this moment belongs to no one, yet welcomes all. In the silence, you begin to feel it, the tower itself, breathing, stone sighing, wood creaking gently, like an old lullaby, hummed through the bones of the floor. It does not speak, it simply is. This is the kind of stillness known only to those who live in tune with time, not controlling it, but listening to it, letting it flow like spring water through cupped hands. The alchemist closes his eyes. He does not need to see. He knows this space. He has walked it hundreds of times, with dreamers, with seekers, with those who forgot how to rest and came here to remember. He begins to hum again. Just one note, held low, held long. It resonates across the stone, across your skin, through the air, a sacred frequency. The kind ancient builders used in cathedral domes, where stone and breath made a single prayer, and you feel it in your ribs, in your neck, in the space behind your eyes, where thoughts once stirred, but now sleep. Thought the tower, too, is listening. The herbs above sway, though no wind touches them. The candle's last curl of smoke moves, rising in a spiral. Always the spiral, inward, deeper. Still, the alchemist reaches to the table beside him and picks up a small object, a crystal clear and shaped not by hand, but by time. A gift from the earth itself. It glows faintly in the dark, not from light, but from memory. He places it before you, on the wooden table between your chairs. The candle's smoke passes over it, and for a moment, just a moment, you see a shimmer. Not a reflection, not a trick of the light, but a memory of something gentle, something your soul has known all along. You close your eyes fully now, if they were not closed already, and the darkness is not dark. It is warm, thick like velvet, soft like wool. It smells faintly of lavender, of parchment, of rain. You are inside the dream now, not asleep, but dreaming still. The alchemist begins to whisper, not to wake you, but to guide your sleep, to shape the edges of your dream, like a sculptor with air. His voice is low, measured, not meant for the ears. It is meant for the body, for the spirit. You are water, he says. You are still. You are the bowl, not the wave. You are the breath, not the wind. You are the hush between heartbeats. Each phrase slows you, soothes you, settles you, settles you. Your thoughts, once fluttering, have perched gently, now folding their wings. You feel yourself becoming, not less, but more still, more whole, more you. And the alchemist's whisper continues. Let the night hold what you do not need. Let the stars archive your sorrows. Let the dark give you back your name. You do not need to understand, only to receive. The scrolls on the walls seem to sigh with you. The books lean into one another. The flame of memory dims, but does not die. Outside, the forest breathes again, a slow exhale, as if it too is dreaming. And then, a bell chimes. Faint, far away, one note only. The kind of note that tells you, not that you must wake, but that the world still waits, still turns, still breathes, still welcomes. The alchemist opens his eyes, but yours remain closed. He smiles, not because you see him, but because he sees you, sees your stillness, your surrender, your soul soft as silk. He rises quiet as the wind through pine needles, and places another blanket over your legs, the scent of time and wool. A final offering, and then he steps away, not leaving, just retreating, allowing sleep to become its own keeper. You are inside the hush now, no longer visiting, no longer listening. You are being the quiet. You are becoming the peace that sleep takes you, but gently, lovingly, like an alchemist, pouring water into a still bowl. Not a ripple, only reflection, only dream, only rest. Sleep now holds you, not with force, but with tenderness, like the arms of a memory you had forgotten you missed. You do not need to return, not yet, for this place, this soft chamber of slowness, is where you belong, at least for now, at least until the light begins to speak again. The tower is silent, but the silence is full. It hums like a lullaby, once whispered into stone. Every corner of the room, every scroll, every bottle, every piece of wood is resting with you. The very air is padded. Nothing sharp remains, only roundness, only warmth. The alchemist has stepped away, but not far. You feel his presence, like a fire that still radiates heat, even after the flame is gone. You are not alone. You are never alone here. Beneath your hands, the sachet of herbs pulses gently, almost as if it breathes. Its rhythm is now yours. It's calm, your anchor. You feel your body soften one layer deeper, and then another, and then another. It is not falling. It is unfolding, like parchment warming in the sun, like petals loosening under moonlight. There is a stillness in your thoughts now, a soft pause between every idea, as if your mind itself is beginning to nap, not disappear, just rest. Outside, the forest dreams. You imagine the trees swaying in unison with your breath, not because they must, but because all life responds to quiet when quiet becomes sacred. There is no story to follow now, only sensation, only presence. And presence is more than enough. Somewhere in the distance, an owl calls, once low, slow, then silent again. You picture it perched in the high branches, head tucked back, eyes closed, wings relaxed. Even creatures of the night eventually sleep. Back inside the tower, the fire has gone out completely. Only warmth remains, radiating gently from the hearthstones, as if the fire had simply transformed. Nothing is ever gone here, only changed, only softened, and that includes you. You remember something now, though. It has no shape, no name, only a feeling. You once knew how to rest, long ago, before clocks, before urgency, before noise. You once knew how to sink into yourself, like a pebble settling to the bottom of a still pond. And now, you remember. The alchemist knew you would. He did not need to explain. He only needed to provide the space, the silence, the spiral. And you found your way back, as you always would. You feel yourself floating just above sleep, like a feather on warm air. Your breath is no longer something you control. It breathes you now, softly, perfectly. The blanket is heavy in the best way, not burdensome, but anchoring. You feel safe, not because nothing can touch you, but because nothing needs to. The world outside is quiet, and the world inside you, quieter still. And somewhere, in that quiet, a doorway opens. Not a real door, not one you can see, but one you feel. A shift, a welcome, an invitation. The alchemist once said, there are places the soul can go that the body cannot follow. But in dreams, they meet. And this is where they meet. Not in light, not in shadow, but in hush. You do not walk through the doorway. You do not even rise. You drift, effortless, like ink in still water, spreading gently, becoming part of the whole. There are no questions here, no puzzles, no striving, only being, only breath, only peace. You have become the dream, you have become the quiet, and the alchemist. He smiles, wherever he now sits, not because you are asleep, but because you remembered how. He knew you would. He always does, and now, the tower sleeps, and you, dreamer, sleep with it. Deeper now, deeper still, there is no rush. No end, only rest, only hush, only the spiral, turning, softly, forever inward. Asterisk, there is a stillness now that hums. So deep, so soft, you feel it more than hear it. A low beneath the low, the quiet behind quiet, the hush that remains, even after the last word is gone. You do not need to return. Not yet. There is nothing waiting, nothing missing. Only this, only warmth, only slow breath, only the softness of being. The spiral has taken you deep, but not lost. You are right where you belong, inside the most ancient chamber, not of the tower, but of yourself and the alchemist. He is not far. He watches, still, present, peaceful. You may not see him now. Your eyes are too heavy, but your heart knows. It feels his presence, the way earth feels the sun through stone. You are not dreaming of the tower anymore. You are dreaming within it. Every breath you take sends a ripple through the old stone walls, and they echo back their comfort. You are part of it now. The cat, still curled by your feet, has not moved. She dreams beside you, her tiny chest rising and falling, in time with yours. Somewhere beyond the window, the stars have begun to fade, but not quickly, slowly, lovingly, as though they too wish to remain in the dream a little longer. You do not stir. There is no need. Everything has softened, even memory, even thought, even time. The alchemist, still seated nearby, opens a small velvet pouch. From within, he draws a feather. Long, pale, tipped in silver dust, he holds it gently between two fingers and begins to trace invisible shapes in the air, not for show, not for magic, but as a blessing. The monks of old believed feathers could carry thoughts directly into the soul, like quills writing prayers in the unseen. And this feather, this one, writes your peace. It moves without touching, without sound, only intention. A circle, a wave, a spiral, always the spiral. The alchemist hums again, low, like distant thunder, softened by miles of sleep. The feather passes over your head, and you feel it, though nothing touches you. Only the sensation of lightness, of air. Of release, as though something heavy has been lifted from your chest, not with effort, but with permission. And now, even your dreams begin to quiet. Yes, even dreams grow tired, and when they do, they return to this place, to the tower, to the hush, and they sleep. Inside you. The alchemist places the feather back in the pouch. He ties it closed and rests it gently atop a book not meant to be read, only felt, that hums faintly, not with sound, but with stillness, a resonance, like the space between notes. He rises, walks to the wall, and pulls down a thin sheet of woven cloth. Not a tapestry. Not quite. It is a veil. Hand-spun, soft as breath. He drapes it across the window. And with that, the last of the light fades. Not into darkness, but into velvet, the color of night before the first star appears. You do not need light here. You are the glow. Your breath, the ember, your stillness. The lamp. The room settles once more. Even the air stops moving. Everything has come to rest. There is nowhere to go, nowhere to be. Only this. This breath, this warmth, this drift. And the alchemist speaks one final time tonight, his voice so soft, it seems to come from inside your chest. Rest, child of breath. You have wandered far enough. Let the hush hold you now. Let it carry you inward, deeper, forever, home. And with those words, you fall, not down, not apart, but into the spiral, into the hush, into the oldest part of yourself, where everything is forgiven, everything is soft, everything is still. Sleep holds you now, not like a closing, door, but like an open field, wide, warm, endless. And the alchemist watches still, a keeper of hush, a guardian of sleep, and he smiles, because he knows you have become the quiet. Time no longer moves forward, it flows around you now, like water around a stone, like sleep around your breath. You are still, not frozen, not trapped, but gently anchored, held by softness, held by warmth, held by silence. There is no more beginning, no more end, just presence, just peace. You do not know if it is midnight or morning, but it does not matter. Because here in the alchemist's tower, you are exactly when you need to be. The world outside the stone walls has gone quiet. No birds, no wind, no timekeepers, only you. And the hush, the blanket on your lap is heavier now. Not in burden, but in comfort. It grounds you like ancient roots, like stone warmed by sunlight long ago. The cat has curled closer. You feel her fur brush against your ankle. Feel her body rise and fall. Small, slow, steady. You are not separate from this peace. You are the peace. And then, the alchemist moves once more, not hurried, not loud, just enough to remind the air that it still breathes. He lights a single lantern. Its glow is not gold, not white, but blue, soft, soft. Blue. The light of twilight, the color of dream water, the shade of thoughts not yet spoken. This lantern, its shape, delicate, made from bone and crystal, was crafted long ago by hands who understood how to tame light without disturbing the dark. He places it at the foot of your chair. It does not cast shadows. It casts invitation, as if saying, come further in. There is more softness yet. The alchemist sits again. His robe gathers like a whisper at his feet, and in his hands he holds something small, a stone vial, no bigger than a thumb, tied with a thin silver thread. He opens it, just slightly, and releases a single drop onto the floor. The scent rises immediately, but it is not sharp. It is ancient. The smell of cool rain on dry earth, of bark, of ink, of sleep. It is an old blend, once used by stargazers to deepen the dreams of prophets. One drop, enough, and you feel it, as it wraps around your breath, tucks itself behind your heart, and whispers, you are safe, you are whole, you may rest all the way. The alchemist caps the vial, returns it to his robe, and breathes deep, slow, sure. His breath is now your lullaby. You follow it, unwinding, slipping through layers of yourself you did not know could be quiet. You feel your mind floating slightly behind your body now. Not apart, just unanchored. As if sleep itself has taken the helm, and you are simply drifting. He speaks again. Not all journeys require footsteps. Some only ask for stillness and trust. His words land inside you, like pebbles dropping into a lake. You do not respond. You only ripple, and then you still again. The lantern's light flickers slightly, not from wind, but from your slowing pulse. It is a mirror now, reflecting your breath, your hush. The room begins to fade at the edges. You no longer see walls, or floors, or ceilings. You see only softness, only color, only warmth. The cat purrs once, and it echoes like a drum in a cave, low, warm, anchoring. You are deep now, so deep, beneath thought, beneath memory, in the place where being is enough. You are no longer trying to sleep. You are not doing anything. You have simply become the hush. The alchemist smiles again, not at you, but with you. Because in this silence, he too has remembered. He too is resting, and together, you both drift to quiet souls, floating through a tower made of sleep and stars. The lantern dims, the breath slows, and the hush becomes everything. There is nothing left to do now, nothing left to understand. You are inside the stillest moment, the one that exists between heartbeats, between thoughts, between stars. The alchemist no longer speaks. He no longer hums. He simply is. And so are you. 2 points of quiet, resting in the same ocean of calm. No separation. No story. Just presence. The lantern's soft blue glow fades now, not extinguished, just absorbed, as if the hush itself has taken the light into its arms and said, "Rest now. You have done enough." Asterisk. The stone walls around you feel softer than they should. Less like walls, more like clouds made solid, or velvet carved by time. And then you begin to sense something new. Not sound, not scent, but movement, not outside you, within. A gentle stirring, like a memory waking. Not from the mind, but from the soul. It rises from deep inside your chest, warm, wordless. You do not resist it. You do not question it. You simply let it rise. It curls through you like smoke. A spiral. Again, always, the spiral dot. It brushes against your ribs, your neck, the base of your skull. It is not a dream. It is not a thought. It is you. The you that remembers rest. The you that remembers trust. The you that remembers how to simply be. And in that moment, as if sensing the return of something sacred, the alchemist rises. He walks across the room. No footsteps, only movement. He opens a wooden drawer beneath the table, takes out a single object, a sphere, made of glass, filled with swirling silver liquid that moves, even though no hand stirs it. It is the dream orb, an ancient tool, used not to see dreams, but to catch them, like stardust in a bottle, like silence, woven into shape. He carries it to you. He does not speak. He does not ask. He simply places it beside you. And in that act, you feel a gift has been given. Not for use, but for remembering. You glance at it just once. And in that glance, you see the swirls slow. The silver stills. And in its surface, you see not your face, but your hushed off, the quiet you have become. And then, you close your eyes again. They were barely open. But now, they rest completely. There is nothing left outside you now. The tower, the alchemist, the fire, the forest, they are all within. You carry them now, not as memory, but as presence. Your chest rises, your chest falls. Each breath its own lullaby. The blanket shifts as your body fully relaxes. There is no tension left, not in your toes, not in your jaw, not in your thoughts. The cat by your feet stretches once, then settles again. She too knows this is a place of forever rest. Outside the tower, dawn may be stirring, but inside is still midnight. Endless, safe, soft, and even the air has grown quieter, if such a thing is possible. You feel your thoughts melt now. Not vanish, but dissolve, like sugar in tea, like mist in sun, like time in sleep. You are not drifting anymore. You have arrived in the softest place, the center of the spiral, the hush, at the heart of the hush, and it holds you, gently, eternally. The alchemist smiles again, not at you, for you, because he knows you are not just asleep, you are at peace. And the tower will keep you until the very first morning comes to kiss you awake. But not yet, not now. Now is for hush. Now is for warmth. Now is for dream. Asterisk. The spiral has brought you inward, not to a destination, but to a stillness that stretches without end. You are no longer inside the tower. You are the tower. Its silence echoes through your breath. Its peace pulses through your chest. Its stillness has become your home. You do not dream in pictures now. You dream in feelings, in textures, in the gentle knowing that you are safe, deep, deep within. The world outside your breath is softer than silk. No harsh edges, no urgency, just the feeling of floating, not above anything, but within everything. Your thoughts, once flickering, have grown quiet. They drift now like petals on water, no longer trying to explain, only to rest. And in this perfect quiet, the alchemist moves again. You do not see him, but you sense him, like a shadow beneath water, like a memory too soft for words. He holds something now, a scroll sealed with deep blue wax, not meant to be opened, not now, not even by him. It is a scroll of sleep, a contract of rest, written not in ink, but in hush. He kneels beside you, The weight of his presence is gentle, like the last light of dusk, and he lays the scroll upon your chest, light as breath, cool as stone, sacred as silence. It does not press, it simply rests, a symbol that says, you have surrendered, you are safe, you will return only when the hush is complete. The cat stirs slightly. Her head turns toward the alchemist. She blinks once, then twice, then curls deeper. Even she knows, this is a night beyond dreaming, a sleep without edges. The alchemist places a single hand above the scroll. He does not touch you. He only hovers there, his palm open, his fingers still, and the warmth from his hand pours into your chest like water into cracked earth. It fills every forgotten corner. It gathers every scattered piece, and with it, you are made whole again. Not by fixing, but by resting. The hand withdraws. The scroll remains. You barely feel it anymore. It is part of you now, an agreement between your soul and the silence. And as the alchemist rises, you feel your body drop one level deeper. A weightless descent, a floating fall. Like mist drifting toward morning. But morning is far away. So far, it may never arrive. And that is perfect. There is only now, only hush. Only you. The room fades around you. Not into darkness, but into warmth. The kind that wraps, that soothes, that remembers. Even the alchemist fades, not gone, just softened. And still, you feel his presence. Not as a person, but as a hum in the hush. A breath beneath breath. He was never the keeper of sleep. You were. He only reminded you. Held the lantern until your own light glowed again. Now, you carry it, inside your stillness. Inside your spiral, inside your breath. And your breath is so slow now, so deep, so soft, like snow falling on feathers. Like light moving through honey. Like the ocean, when it forgets how to wave. You are the hush. And the hush is home. The scroll upon your chest no longer feels like parchment. It feels like a memory, soft, old, known. It breathes with you, now inward, outward, a sacred rhythm shared between body and silence. There is no weight left in your limbs, only warmth, only release. You are not lying down. You are floating within yourself, and somewhere far beyond the spiral, the alchemist continues his quiet rituals. You do not need to see him. You feel what he does. He moves through the tower, as if in water, each motion slow and circular, as though time itself must be stirred gently. He lights a bundle of dried herbs, not for smoke, but for memory. The scent travels to you before the smoke does. Warm, earthy, with a sweetness like dried figs and the faintest trace of distant rain. Mugwort, yarrow, hyssop, plants once burned to protect dreamers, to clear the path between spirit and sleep. The scent gathers at the edge of your breath, not pressing in, just waiting, as if asking, may I come closer? And you allow it, because you trust now. Everything here honors you. Everything here waits for your yes. With your breath, the herbs enter. With your breath, they settle. And the alchemist, he chants now, low, not a song, not quite. More like the way wind shapes words across canyon walls. The syllables have no meaning your mind can grasp, but your heart knows. It leans into them, because every sound says, you are not lost. You are not alone. You are home. The candle has long since burned out, but the darkness is kind. The darkness is safe. It is not emptiness. It is fullness, without edges. And inside it, you glow. Not with light, but with presence. The kind of glow stars carry before they are born. And you are that now, a star not needing to shine, only to rest. The scroll upon your chest pulses gently. Not magic, not spell, only agreement. It keeps your sleep pure, undisturbed, unbroken. Outside, the first hint of morning might be touching the edge of the world, but not here, not yet. Inside this tower, inside this hush, the night is still yours, and you stay, because your breath is still slow, still deep, still sacred, because your body has not asked to move, because your soul has found its way home. And the alchemist, he feels it too. He bows his head, not to you, but with you, as if to say, yes, you've done it, you've remembered, the way back. He steps back into the shadows, not to vanish, but to let go. You need no guide now. You are inside the spiral, inside the softness, inside the hush dot, and the hush is inside you. The air does not move, and yet it holds you, completely, gently, like a memory that will never fade. You sleep, not lightly, but wholly, deeper than story, deeper than dream, deeper than thought. You are more than rested. You are returned, and still, the hush deepens, soft, silent, sacred. Asterisk, you are far beyond sound now, far beyond sight, floating in a quiet so complete, even dreams tread softly around you. The hush has become everything, a warm ocean without waves, a night without fear. Your breath is the only movement, and even that is slow as moonlight, sliding across ancient stone. The scroll on your chest still rests there, but now it feels like part of you, woven into your skin, your ribs, your heartbeats, a seal of peace, a vow of rest. The alchemist, long quiet, begins to move again. His steps are nearly silent, but your spirit hears them, not as noise, but as a rhythm beneath the hush, a reminder that this place lives, even when it sleeps. He reaches for a bell, not large, not brass, but stone, carved from smooth river rock, hollowed in the center. Its sound is not a ring, but a tone. Low, earth-deep. He strikes it once, gently. The sound rises slowly, not loud, but full, like the memory of thunder, or the deep song of mountains. It does not wake you, it carries you, a vibration that passes through the floor, into your feet, your legs, your spine. You do not stir, but something within you nods, as if part of you knows. You have crossed some threshold. The alchemist does not speak. Instead, he draws a circle around the chair where you sleep, a circle of soft ash. The circle is old, not for protection, not for spells, but for completion. It marks this moment, this sacred pause, as whole. Nothing can enter here. That is not peace, and nothing will leave here without rest. He places 3 objects around the circle's edge: a feather, a shell, a stone, air, water, earth. All that remains is fire. But you are already that dot. The breath inside you, warm and slow, is the last element, the final seal. The alchemist bows his head, and the room breathes again. The herbs above the hearth sway once. The cat stretches. The air thickens with stillness. You remain still, eyes closed, body quiet, mind dissolved. You do not think. You do not need to. The hush thinks for you now. The hush is you. Somewhere, far below, beneath the tower, beneath the stones, beneath even memory, a deep hum begins. You do not hear it. You feel it. It is the earth's sleep, the core's cradle, the lullaby beneath all lullabies. And you have been invited to rest there, not forever, just for now, just long enough for your bones to forget burden, for your breath to forget effort, for your heart to remember ease. And you do. You remember. The feather, the spiral, the hush dot is all still with you. The alchemist knows this, and so he extinguishes the final light, not with water, not with air dot, but with breath, a slow exhale, and the last glow fades. Darkness wraps the room, but it is a blessed darkness, a warm womb of stillness. Nothing stirs, nothing calls, not everything waits with you, because here, in this tower of ancient peace, the only thing that matters is that you are still as stone, still as breath, still as hush. Asterisk, you are still, not just in body, but in being. There are no edges here, no boundaries between you and the quiet. You are inside the hush, and the hush is inside you. The alchemist sits once more, but his chair makes no sound. He is part of the silence now, woven into it, like thread through a tapestry of peace. He watches you, not as a guardian, not as a teacher, but as a witness, because this moment is sacred. You have gone where few dare to go, not into dreams, but into true rest. The kind that asks nothing of you, the kind that gives without question. You breathe slowly, deeply. Your chest rises like the tide at night and falls again. Gentle, steady, true. There is no thought left in you, only breath, only stillness, only soft, endless spiraling peace. The alchemist does not disturb you. He turns his gaze to a tall shelf behind him. On it, a single book waits, bound in leather faded by time. Its cover etched with a single symbol, a spiral, unbroken dot. He does not open it. He only touches it, his hand resting on the spine. This book does not contain spells or formulas. It contains moments. Moments like this, when a soul remembers how to rest. He whispers, barely audible, not to you, to the book, to the hush. One more has come home. He bows his head, and a single breath of wind stirs the room. Though no windows are open, no doors ajar, it is not a breeze that is blessing. The hush moves with it, folding over you like the wing of a great bird, sheltering you in stillness. Nothing interrupts it, not fear, not memory, not even time. You are beyond all that now. You are curled within the spiral, tucked beneath the deepest layer of peace. Even your dreams sleep now, and what remains? Only hush, only warmth, only the quiet song of your own being. The alchemist closes his eyes. He is resting too, not in sleep, but in silence, a kind of meditation born from watching someone completely let go. And he smiles, not with lips, but with presence. He does not need to speak. The hush has already told you everything. You are safe. You are loved. You may rest. The cat, still beside your legs, shifts once. She is dreaming now, and her dreams are made of the same silence that holds you. Outside, a bird might be preparing to sing, but it waits. It does not dare break this moment. Even the stars seem to pause, frozen in the sky, as if they too are listening. And in your sleep, you smile, because the hush has taken root. You are no longer a visitor. You are a vessel. And from now on, wherever you go, you will carry this quiet with you, like a stone in your pocket, like a song beneath your breath, like a secret only you and the alchemists know. And he knows you will return. When the world becomes loud again, when your breath grows short, when your thoughts begin to spin, you will return, not to him, but to this. To hush, to spiral, to stillness. But not yet. Tonight, you remain, wrapped in rest, cradled in quiet, held by a peace so deep, even dreams cannot stir it. The alchemist opens the book, a single page. He writes nothing, only lets a petal fall into the binding, a mark, a memory, a thank you, then closes it again, and lets the quiet deepen. For you, for him, for them, for the hush that holds everything. The hush is no longer just a sound. It is a place, a realm, a gentle world, built only of softness and breath. You are fully within it now, not behind eyes, not inside thought, but beneath both, like a stone settled to the bottom of a still pond. And there is no urge to move, because movement would mean leaving this stillness. And here, you are home. The spiral is no longer turning. It has become still, not in ending, but in arrival. You are at its center now, the quiet heart, the place where even silence rests. The alchemist sits in shadow, not hiding, just honoring the lightless space that sleep requires. His eyes remain closed, but he feels everything. He feels a warmth, still radiating from the hearth, though the fire has long gone out. He feels the pulse of the hush surrounding you, like a soft rhythm in the floor stones. He feels your sleep, not as absence, but as presence. You are not lost in dreams. You are found in rest. Outside, dawn begins its slow approach, but it waits. It hesitates at the edge of the trees, gentle as snow landing on bark. Because this moment is too sacred to rush. There is a ripple in the quiet now, not of sound, but of memory. The tower itself begins to remember all the souls it has held, all the nights like this, All the hushes whispered into sleep like promises folded into cloth. You are part of that now. Another thread in the long tapestry of stillness. And the alchemist feels it. He touches the floor beside him just once, his fingertips resting against stone. And the tower responds with warmth, with a low hum, with gratitude. He places a stone beside your chair. Small, smooth, marked with the spiral. It is not for magic. It is not for memory. It is for anchoring, so that when you return to the waking world, your soul will still remember how to find its way back. He brushes your shoulder barely, a feather-like touch, not to stir you, not to wake you, only to bless you, the kind of blessing that says, you did it. You remembered how to rest. You are whole, and you feel it, somewhere beneath the hush, a warmth that spreads outward from chest to limbs to air. You are not just resting, you are healing. The cat purrs once in her sleep, a soft trill of sound that curls around the room like smoke. Even she knows. You are held. You are home. The scroll on your chest remains, still, warm, alive. Its seal has not been broken, because the contract is still in place. You rest, and the hush protects. And so, you go deeper still, beyond time, beyond name, beyond thought, to where you are only breath, only warmth, only quiet. The hush does not cradle you. It is you. You are its breath, its spiral, its softest silence. And in that, you sleep, not like the world sleeps, but like the earth does, between winters, like seeds do, before becoming forests, like stars do, before they shine. Asterisk, you are so far within now, within the hush, within the spiral, within the most silent chamber of your own being. No voice has followed you here. No sound, no story. Only the slow rhythm of your breath, and the warmth that lives in the quiet. You are no longer dreaming. You are resting inside rest itself. The alchemist does not move. There is no need. He knows this part of the journey belongs only to you. There is a candle flickering far in the distance. You do not see it. You only feel its warmth the way you feel the memory of sunlight on closed eyelids. That candle is your center. It has burned there always, through every worry, every storm, every sleepless night. Now, it burns in stillness, because you have returned to it. You are no longer seeking anything. You are no longer letting go of anything. You are simply being, and it is more than enough. The air in the tower is thick with quiet, the kind of quiet that hums just beneath hearing. Not empty, but full. Full of breath, full of peace, full of the gentle knowing that this moment is perfect. You could stay here forever. Not because you must, but because there is nothing asking you to leave. Nothing pulling, nothing pressing, only hush. The spiral around you has faded into light now. Not bright, not sharp, but soft, milky, weightless. It wraps around your sleep like woven starlight. It holds you like a whisper that never ends, and even your breath feels round. Each inhale, a soft drawing in. Each exhale, a gentle surrender. This is the breath of peace, the breath of presence, the breath of hush. The alchemist watches the window. A faint glow creeps along the edges, not enough to wake, only enough to mark time. But time, too, has grown sleepy. The minutes do not move. They drift. You drift with them. A petal on still water. A feather inside a lullaby that the alchemist places. One final object on the floor beside you. A piece of sea glass, smooth and pale green. It once lived in stormy waves. Now it lives in quiet. It is here to remind you. Even the roughest edges can become soft. Even the noisiest waters can settle. Even you can rest. And you have, fully, completely, truly. The hush is not just around you now. It moves through you. With each breath, with each heartbeat, you have become the silence you once sought. There is no need to stir, no reason to return. Not yet. Here now. This moment is enough, and the hush continues. Gentle, deep, unending. You sleep not as escape, but as arrival. You have reached the center of yourself, and everything is quiet. Everything is whole. Everything just is. Sleep is no longer a state. It is a sanctuary, a soft, sacred place where your soul breathes without effort. You do not dream in images anymore. You dream in warmth, in texture, in the soft gravity of stillness. The tower holds you, not with walls, but with memory. Every stone beneath you remembers quiet. Every shelf above you has heard breath deepen. Every beam has watched the hush rise and settle like mist over a field. You are not the first to rest here, but this moment is yours. Entirely. The alchemist remains still, eyes closed, breath even. He does not watch over you now. He sleeps with you. Two quiet presences, glowing like coals in the dark. There is nothing left to guide, nothing left to teach. All that needed to open has opened. And now, you bloom in stillness. The spiral beneath you is no longer visible. It has dissolved into presence. You are at its center, and that center feels like velvet night, folded around a sigh. Outside, dawn has fully arrived, but she enters like a guest who knows the house is sleeping. No bird cries, no wind stirs, The trees, even the sun tip on the horizon seems to bow, offering its light without urgency. And deep within you, the hush responds. You are not asleep in the usual sense. You are dwelling inside silence, not behind closed eyes, but behind closed time. And here, there is no past, no future, only the soft glow of being. The scroll upon your chest no longer pulses. It simply is. A part of your breath, a part of your stillness, a contract fulfilled. You did not have to earn this rest. You only had to remember it. And now that you have, it will live inside you forever, in the creases of your breath, in the pauses between thoughts, in the slow curl of your fingers when they forget to hold anything. The cat beside you has stilled, so still, she has become part of the hush. Not sleeping, not watching. Being. Like you. The hush has expanded beyond the room, beyond the tower, beyond the forest. It has followed your breath out into the world. It moves across valleys now, carried by the rhythm of your heart. Wherever someone is tired, it whispers, there is a place to rest. Wherever someone is burdened, it hums, let go, just for now. And wherever someone is afraid to stop, it offers. There is no shame in stillness. There is only peace. You are not just held by the hush. You are the hush. The alchemist smiles, not for you to see, but because he feels your becoming. You have gone beyond rest. You have become rest. And as the spiral coils once more, not to send you away, but to draw you deeper, the hush hums, stay, just a little longer. And you do, willingly, gladly, sleepily, because here, there is no end, only hush, only warmth, only this moment, again and again and again. You have reached the innermost quiet, not the silence of absence, but the fullness of everything at rest. You are not waiting for a dream. You are not chasing sleep. You are simply here, in the purest stillness your breath has ever known. The alchemist is still, the tower is still, and within you a hush so deep, you cannot tell where you end and peace begins. There is no longer a spiral, no longer a path. There is only a center. You are at it. You are it. The room no longer holds form, only feeling. Only warmth. Only slow, sacred presence. If a single sound were to enter now, a footstep, a whisper, a bird, it would dissolve before reaching you, because you are wrapped in the hush's final layer, the one that listens to dreams before they are even dreamed. The scroll on your chest fades gently, not away, but inward, absorbed into the deepest part of you, as if to say, you have remembered who you were. Before noise, before weight, before the world. And you smile, not outwardly, not even in your body, but in your breath, in your bones, in your being. The hush breathes with you now. Inhale, exhale. It is no longer a rhythm. It is simply you. There is no alchemist anymore. There is no tower. There is no stone, no candle, no spiral, no scent, no cat, no time. There is only this, a stillness that has been waiting for you since the beginning. And now, you are here. You do not need to leave. You do not need to stay. You simply are. And in this final hush, the one that holds the echo of stars, the one that cradles the breath of oceans, there is nothing to be. There is only rest, a rest that glows without flame, that hums without sound, that remembers everything you forgot to carry. You are lighter now, not empty, but free, and just as softly as you arrived, you drift, not away, not back, just deeper, into hush, into warmth, into the sacred breath between dreams. The tower, the alchemist, the spiral, the sleep, they are all within you now. And the hush whispers, you will return here whenever you need. No door required, no path, just breath. And so you sleep, deeper than ever, softer than silence, held, whole, home. Forever, wrapped in the hush.